being here. What's unique about the school, for those of you that are here that aren't terribly familiar with what we do, the unique part about our school is that the students go about designing and developing a lot of the work that they do via projects. Well, one of the projects that the seniors take on every year is designing and developing their own graduation ceremony. So this group of 6 wonderful young people took the time during the course of the year to plan out the graduation ceremony and what it would look like. So what happens tonight will kind of be their doing, and hopefully you will enjoy what you hear. So the way we're going to start out is we're going to have the group come up and they have some comments to make and some thank yous to give to people on their journey to this day of graduation. So Michaela Blood, you are first.
Well, nothing I could say could ever suffice how thankful I am for the people in my life that have been there for me. My mom, my dad, Dan, my grandparents, some teachers, especially Mrs. Thompson. She's been my teacher since like 6th grade, so you can imagine a little awkward little 6th grader. I'm also thankful for the school and the opportunity it provides. Thank you.
Thank you, Michaela. Jenna Collins, you're next.
Alright, first thing I have to say is whoever came up with this school is really cool, because this school has changed me and the ideas that I've ever looked at for my future. It's helped me grow to become who I am today, and I couldn't have done that without my family standing by my side and the amazing teachers at this school, and Mr. Rivera, because he was my very first teacher and has dealt with all the stuff I've ever thrown at him and dealt with him, and I just want to thank the entire school and the staff, and the students are all really cool. Thank you.
Maren Donaldson.
Shall I begin with something cheesy? I'm into cameras, so hope that turns out. So, Mr. DeBear told us to prepare something, being the insubordinate little irresponsible child, rebellious. Sorry. I didn't prepare anything. I actually prepared it a year ago. Sometime, almost exactly a year ago, at midnight. I got so excited about graduating that I just wrote up a speech and like a bunch of other stuff. So we'll see how this goes. I'd like to thank my body for refraining from spontaneous combustion under high stress over the past 4 years. I would also like to thank my brain for dealing with every odd bit of information it has strained and struggled to store, for adjusting itself to situations that constantly change, the personal and the educational. Never taking revenge by turning me totally insane. I owe great gratitude to my heart for circulating my blood to rescue me from death, and the other part of my heart that gives me the capacity to love and be loved. I should mostly thank my parents for playing a big role in making sure my body, my mind, and my heart were created and nurtured these past adventures and those to come, and for also being there waiting for me when I need help. For those same reasons, I thank my brother as well, and the rest of my family. I owe much gratitude to my friends, for they have loved me fiercely and made love them fiercely back. I should probably thank their parents too for bringing them into the world, but also for letting their houses be an oasis for me and my friends to rely on. Obviously, I thank all the frowns and their hairs, and every advisor at school for the education they have provided and helped me with. Above all, I thank my God for allowing all of these adventures to unfold as they did and giving me so many more.
Andrew Rose.
Never thought I'd be here this day. Procrastination put me in a spot where I wasn't entirely sure I was going to graduate. and it's thanks to those around me, like Mr. DeBear for kicking me in the rear every day.
Not literally.
As well as to my mom and dad who have supported me throughout this adventure. And these past 4 years at IDEA has really changed me. Being at IDEA gives you a great opportunity to prepare yourself better for real world experiences after high school. And I think that's going to be my biggest takeaway from my time spent at IDEA. My family and my friends have stuck by my side even when I really didn't want to continue on. It's thanks to them that I'm able to stand here before you. And I just, like the other said, I'm so grateful for the school and my time there. It has really changed who I am, and it gave me a better focus on where I'm going afterwards.
Brittany Roslowski.
Well, what do I say about just being here? Well, I'm a senior and I'm actually graduating, and that wouldn't have happened if it weren't for the school, and if the school hadn't saved me. I probably would not be here today if this school was not my second chance, and the support and love I got from my parents. Today I get to stand in front of you, and I can proudly say I'm happy of the young woman I've become. I want to thank a couple of people. First, I want to thank my parents. I love you both so much, and thank you both for being there for me when I needed help getting back on my feet after I hit rock bottom. I thank both of you for helping me when I went through my knee surgery, and my mom having to get up with me night after night and help me with almost everything, like getting off the couch, even though her back was hurting. She didn't care. She did whatever she could to help me. Next, I want to thank my grandparents, Bud, Joyce, Bob, Julie, Tony, and Vicky. Thank you all for all the fun times I've spent with you. Thank you for the love you guys give me and the happiness I get when I am with you. Also, thank you for how much you spoil me. I know it's a lot. I also want to thank my dad. Even though you're not here, I know you're looking over me and are proud of how much your little girl has grown up since you passed. To the rest of my family, whether they can make it here today or not, or if they are with my dad watching over me from above, I know you are all so proud of me, as well as happy to see the life I have chosen to live. To all my friends, whether new or old, you are all awesome, and thank you for making my senior year an amazing one. Finally, I want to thank Mr. Duvere, who was also there for me when I needed him. He was also there for me when I had first come to the school and knew that I needed the school to change me. Finally, I also want to tell you all what I plan on doing with my life. I plan on going the same route that my mom did and following my mom's footsteps of becoming a nurse. I actually plan on becoming a midwife and taking the same program that my mom did through the TAC.
Last, certainly not least, Nicholas Weed. Okay.
First, I'd like to thank my parents for not giving up on me. First year was rough. I know I wanted to go back to the high school, but they didn't let me go back. It turned out to be better. The school is what hasn't been the most pleasurable at times, but it certainly is the best choice for a lot of students out there. And I'm glad this school came up and was able to help me graduate. I also would like to thank all the advisors because they all had to deal with me, at least for part of the year. First year was probably the rough year with Mrs. Thompson. Being a young freshman and super rebellious, I think I got in the most trouble then. So, sorry, Mrs. Thompson. And then for the next 2.5 years, I spent in Mr. Duvere's advisory up until halfway through this year when I switched over to Mr. Derrick's, which was pretty big for change right halfway through the year like that. It was kind of difficult changing the way both the advisors work, but I made it work. So I would also like to just give Mr. DeVere a big round of applause for dealing with most seniors this year.
Thank you. Okay, so another unique part of our school is that, or at least this year's group of 5 of these 6, we've been open for 4 years. 5 of the 6 of them were with us from the beginning. Bailey joined us in year 2, and they're still here. And those of you that are familiar with the turbulent first 4 years of our school, all that we went through, all that we've overcome, this group of 6 students stuck it out through all that we had to do, all that we had to overcome, all the things that happened. And they're here today because of that perseverance, and because of the choices that they made to see it through. They started something, and they worked hard to see it through. And we are really appreciative of your efforts, believing in the school and believing in what we were doing. So it is nice to hear the stories that they shared about the difference that the school made, because we hear it all the time, and it's nice for them to share that with others. So the next part of our program, the advisors will be talking a little bit about each one of the graduates that they had in their advisory, and handing them a nice blue folder that I think all of them are really looking forward to. So Mrs. Thompson is up first.
Well, it is certainly my pleasure to present a diploma to Michaela. Michaela and I have worked together since she was a 6th grader. I saw this huge pile of books come through my 6th grade 6-hour reading class, and behind that huge pile of books was Michaela. I'm not 100% sure why she felt she needed to carry all of her books with her everywhere. I'm not sure if it was she couldn't do her locker cram, or she was afraid of getting to classes late. I'm not sure it was that, because she was very often late to my class. But we got to know each other very well, because she spent a lot of time in my room, sometimes lunch hours, working on late assignments. But as we spent that first year together, I recognized in Michaela truly a creative gift. She's a beautiful writer, has written some of the most amazing things that I've never seen a 6th grader with a gift of writing like Michaela has. We have now been together 7 years, and there's been a lot of changes in those 7 years. A lot of good times we have shared together, some struggles, and I'm so proud of the effort that she has put in, the dedication that she has shown, and the determination that she has had to be here tonight. It has been a journey, and I'm very, very proud of you. Come on up. Am I giving this out?
It's Maren. I think one of the things that impresses me most about Maren is she knows who she is, and she doesn't shy away from that. She really has the confidence to believe in who she is, and that's pretty rare for people her age. And I think that is such an incredible gift that you have. I thought it was very fitting that she took a selfie up here, because her senior project
Self-portrait.
It was a selfie. But she took a selfie up here because her senior project was on photography. And the thing that I was most impressed with as I saw her go through this project, as I saw her present, as I saw her create a book that showed how much she learned, was that she saved the best for last. It was her best project, and it was just great for me to see, because that's what we want to see our students do. We want to see them grow and become people that can create this incredible product that she did. I mean, it was way beyond what I thought she was going to do, so you should really be proud of yourself for that. She's heading to Platteville next year, and will be going into nursing, which I'm very excited to see how she does with that. When I assessed her last project, the thing I said to her was, I shook her hand and said, Maren, make sure you come back next year because I want to see how you're doing. Because I think she's just a great example of we want Idea Charter School students, DC Everest Idea School students to be. Because of all the things that she does, the work she's put in, the growth she's shown, the character she's shown. So Maren, I'm very happy to give you this. Congratulations. And I'm very excited to see where you go. All right, Nick. As Nick said, he switched over in the middle of the year, which was a challenge, but he handled it really well. And when he came to me in the middle of the year, he was a little bit behind. There's some questions about how was he going to get it all done. And it's a ton of credit to him that he was able to work hard, put in a lot of time, and get here. And I think those are qualities that he's going to take forward. I think what I'm going to remember about Nick in the future was his senior project. For those of you that don't know, Nick created an engine that runs on water. There's a lot more to it, but basically there was a generator that split water into some gas molecules and worked on the motor, and he had a lawnmower engine that he could start only using water, which was awesome. It was incredible. But the morning of his project's presentation, he was out back working hard, and he set it up, and he goes, man, I hope this works. He pulled the starter, and it turned on, and Nick just goes. So that was so cool. But I mean, the project was incredible, and this is another student that saved his best for last, and that's exactly what we want to see, and I'm so proud of him for doing that. So Nick, come on up. I'm really proud to give this to you. Congratulations.
Okay. Got these cool iPads that the district gave us now, so I thought I'd use mine today. And I had Nick for a long time in my advisory, so I'd just like to share one other piece that was interesting about a senior project, because it was really cool. I mean, he made an engine start on water. Wow, that's awesome. And was struggling to get it going. That morning it works. So the man that worked on it with him throughout this entire, it's a 5-month process, this senior project, worked on it with him, all the time. So he gets the thing started. Who's the one person he doesn't call and say, hey, it's working? His dad. His dad, after hours and hours and hours of work. So Dad came, and he was surprised as well. He's like, hey, you've got it working? That's awesome. All right. So I thought that was fun and interesting. Bailey Roslowski. Bailey joined my advisory this year, first year that we worked together, and it took a while for Bailey and I to get to know each other, as it does in this format. As you meet weekly with a student, and over the course of time, you really get to know them. Bailey is one of those people that she has a big heart. She just, she worries about what everyone else is doing or what they need to get done. Sometimes, in jeopardy of her own work and what she needs to get done. But she loves to help people. She loves to be successful and help other people be successful. And so the field that she's going into and what she's planning to do is very fitting, because she just is someone that loves to help people. And that big heart, I think, is something that's going to carry her a long way. The other thing that I always remember about Bailey is her willingness and advisory to share. We can be talking about the most inane topic whatsoever, like downhill skiing in the Winter Olympics. And Bailey probably is, she's never watched downhill skiing. She's never seen downhill skiing. She couldn't care less about downhill skiing. She's going to let us know what she thinks about downhill skiing and the Olympics, because she loves to share. And that's, as well. I mean, that's a great thing. It's a positive quality that she was willing to put herself out there. And I was like, woo, separation. Sorry, spring streamers just went down. The confidence to share those beliefs and what she stands for. I have a gift for Bailey, and then I'll make her stand up here for a little bit. So Bailey, come on up. we weren't supposed to roast anyone, so I really worked hard not to roast people. But some of these were just too good to pass off. So my last bit about Bailey, I think this is very fitting. And it says, I'd agree with you, but then we'd both be wrong. So that's fair. So I thought that's something that I can take with you to school, and it'll work out very well. But Bailey, she's a wonderful human being, big heart. I loved having her in my advisory this year. She's a great kid, has a great future. So I'm proud to, is it Bailey? All right, Bailey. Graduation. There you are. So 4 years ago, the school opens up, and Jenna joins my advisory. Freshman, brash, outspoken, but a wonderful kid. I mean, she was a kid that was very passionate about who she was, about the school, about her life and what she wanted to do. And over the course of time, as I've gotten to know Jenna, the thing that I love about Jenna more than anything else is the kid works. You send her out on community service, the job's going to get done, and it's going to get done well. You give her a task at school that she needs to get done, with the exception of maybe math, works really hard and does well. You know, when she did her senior project and what she worked on, she would come to me with piles and piles and piles of information. And can you look at this? Can you review this with me? I'm like, no. I mean, who can read all that? I mean, you know, of course we did, and we went through all this stuff. She just has this work ethic about her. I don't know if Dad would agree with that at home necessarily, but you know, at school and all those kind of things, just a kid that works so hard to get the job done, and she takes a lot of pride in doing it well. Quality that you can't teach; it's so important, and she has it. And she's also very passionate. Having she and Bailey together in advisory was sometimes a collision course of strong opinions. They made it work, and they survived each other. But again, someone that's very passionate about her beliefs and who she is and what she wants to do with her life. And it's, you know, it's exciting to see a young person with that much confidence in who they are and what they want to do. So Jenna, come on up. I have something for you as well. So one of the first things I learned about Jenna when she came was that she was from Kentucky. And I didn't know anybody from Kentucky, so I got to know a little bit about Kentucky, and you know, I realized, hopefully, I shouldn't say this, it's going to sound really mean, but I'm going to, because I say it. Hopefully she's the last person from Kentucky I ever meet, because Jenna, that's for you. And this seemed to fit Jenna perfectly to a T. Half cowgirl, half princess, all country. Right? All right, AJ. Last but not least, again, another young man that spent 4 years at IDEA through the good times, the bad times, you know, the ups and downs, and he stuck with it. You heard him up here, and I think his words are very true and very powerful. You know, this school for AJ was the perfect school at the perfect time for someone that was, I don't know, struggling to figure out where he wanted to go and what he wanted to do. I'm just going to preface this with I'm a little bit of a crier sometimes, so a couple tears may come down. But I'm proud of this kid. A kid with a big heart who would give his shirt off his back at any moment for somebody to care about, for somebody that needed help. He's shown that heart over and over again to me, to people in our school, and it's a great thing. It really is. He's got big dreams and big things he wants to accomplish, and it's for what he's been through and the life that he's led and the things that he's had to overcome. Man, I hope he does it all. He's a great kid. Has a ton of passion for life, and Lisa, you have to stop crying back there. You're not helping me at all. He's a great kid who has a great future in front of him if he steps on the accelerator and chooses to do it. And that's the bottom line, because he has just the potential that you want to see in any and every kid. And when the accelerator goes to the floor, not literally, figuratively, he's going to do awesome things. And I can't wait to see it and be a part of it. AJ, come on up. So this is the one guy that said, you have to roast me, you have to roast me, you have to say nasty, terrible things about me. And I have lots of them, trust me. But, you know, as you can tell, it's probably not appropriate right now. So I just thought it's a little girly, and I apologize. But what it says I thought was super fitting for what I see for AJ and where he's going. The best is yet to come.
Smooth. Smooth.
All right, so thank you very much. Sorry, every year at hockey, same thing, I'm a puddle, so I apologize. We have some cake and ice cream in the back, and a chance to socialize, talk to the graduates, enjoy the time. Thank you so much for coming and being a part of this. It's very important to these young people, and it's very important to us in our school. So we truly do appreciate your being here. Come enjoy some cake and ice cream.